Hello and welcome to Friendship and Joy with me, Karin. As you can see, I'm back at our cottage today. I've been here for the most part of the summer and I finally had a little moment to myself. It's been a full house here. We've had our daughter and our grandson staying here for 2 weeks, and we celebrated his very first birthday out here. It was quite wonderful. It was lovely to see him run around on the lawn. Well, he's not running around yet, but he's all over the house and then some. He's getting into everything right now. He's crawling around and he's racing himself up and he's cruising around holding on to furniture. It's so much fun to see him develop and grow, and he's such a delightful little boy. Busy, busy, busy. So having a full house, there has not been a whole lot of time to myself to be able to sit down and just knit, but it took longer than usual, but I finally finished my City Chic jacket that I think I had started, or maybe I was talking about making it last time, but this is how it turned out anyways. I'm not going to try it on because it's so hot out here today, but I can hold it up so you can see. I think it turned out quite nice. I add some 6 pearly type of buttons on it, and this was a free pattern. Oh, here it is, by Drops Design, and it's called City Chic Jacket. And the question is it worth knitting a free pattern versus a paid pattern? And I have to say, in this case, no. I was so frustrated with this pattern. It's a nice jacket, and it's not necessarily difficult to do this type of pattern. This pattern is created with just a slip stitch. You interchange the colors every 4 rows. It's just garter stitch through and through, so it's very easy. And every 5th stitch you slip, and then you knit, 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 slip, knit, 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 slip, and then you change up the location of where you slip. When you change color, you slip 1 stitch over, so you end up with this sort of almost like a houndstooth pattern. Not hard to do. So why do I say it's not worth using a free yarn from Garn Studio? Now I'm gonna disrespect Garn Studio, but the difference is that the pattern, the instructions are so vague that there's 0 hand holding. You have to figure out so many things on your own. So if it says knit 30 centimeters and at the same time increase evenly spaced on, and then you have to figure out how many stitches you have to increase and how many rows apart, just based on the number of stitches you're supposed to end up with at the end. I like to have a pattern that tells you knit 3 rows of this, then increase every 11th stitch or whatever. I had to do all of that figuring out for myself. And I mean, yes, you can do it. Obviously, I managed, I did it, but I don't consider that's an easy way of doing it. So I would not recommend this for anyone who's a beginner, or even it was quite tricky sometimes also trying to figure out what they meant. So you have to have some knitting experience in order to make that, to know that usually you go about a certain way to do a sweater or a cardigan. And on top of that, there was a lot of repetition and I got bored. And then I was like, how many more weeks am I gonna have to spend on this cardigan before I'm done? Because I want to move on. Because in the back of my mind, there had been something else brewing. So I'm happy it's done. I like the way it turned out, and I'm sure I will get some use out of it. I think it's a cute, cute, cute little jacket. But I've had it in my mind to do another stuffed animal. I wanted to crochet something this time, and I have seen on social media these cutest bears that have long arms that sort of they hug you. It's like I call them a HuggaBear. That's what I've chosen to call this one. And they're a little weighted in the bottom, and then their arms attach around your neck, and you can walk around and hug it. So I thought, okay, I'm not going to buy one of those. My first instinct was, oh, I got to buy that for my grandson, and then I can use it myself when I feel like hugging a bear. But no, I can make that myself. So what I did was that I got a pattern from, and if you don't know this girl, her name is, I gotta look it up. I can't remember what her name is. Crochet by Jenna, Genna. And if you have not watched her YouTube channel, you gotta check her out. I think she's called Crochet by Jenna on YouTube as well. She is the queen of stuffed animals. Like, she does so many cute animals. She does turtles, bears, dragons, you name it. So many cute things. So I got this pattern from her for a teddy bear. I think it was called Bailey. I got the pattern that's called Bailey Bear pattern, and I modified it. So I didn't follow along, but I got the inspiration for her adorable teddy bear, and I went up in size. I think she's crocheting with a 5mm hook, and I'm using like double that, like a 10. And I got Bernat, you know, chenille type of very thick yarn. I can show it to you, like this type of yarn. Bernat blanket yarn type of thing. Very soft, very huggable, very cuddly. And I started to make the bear. The only difference that I did to the pattern was that I made the legs a couple of rounds longer, but 3 rounds longer than what she said. And then I increased the bum of the bear 1 extra round, so I ended up with more stitches because I want this bear to be big, because I stuffed a bean bag in the bottom of the bear, so it's a little weighted. And then I stuffed it obviously with polyfill as well to make a really heavy, cozy teddy bear. And then I did the arms about more, like 3 times as long, unusually long arms, so that they reach around your neck. And I ended up with a cute bear, and I'm gonna show it to you. Look at this teddy bear. I made him really, he's kind of heavy because of that bean bag in the bum, and then in the arms I sewed in magnets, so this little guy can give you a nice big bear hug. I should stuff his head a little bit more because he's a little floppy, but oh, look at this. He's a HuggaBear. And yep, he can hug you, and you can have the cutest little snuggle. So I'm gonna probably stuff the, I didn't have enough stuffing, and I was very impatient to get this bear done, so I could definitely stuff it a little longer. So in her design, the arms aren't this long. I made them longer, and I also attached the shoulders slightly differently just to sort of bring it back up. I'm gonna open up this little, we're gonna perform surgery, yeah? And I'm gonna add some more stuffing to it. But I got so excited, and of course, the kids who were here, my godson said he wouldn't mind having one. So I started to make a new one. And here, this number 2 bear is in the making. When you make it, you want to make sure you stuff as you go to make sure that it's full. And it's about time to place this bean bag in here now. And then I'm going to crochet up, keep stuffing. And then I'm going to make the arms. And I got, I ordered online, just some heavy duty magnets. And I found with such yarn, it took about 3 magnets put together in each paw to make it strong enough through that chenille yarn so that it can actually hold on, so you can open and close the arm. And I think for the second bear, I'm not gonna do, I think I did 20 extra rows or rounds, I should say, of arm length, and I'm gonna cut it back. I'm gonna cut out 5 rows. I think it could afford, it can be a little bit shorter in the arm. So I'm gonna do slightly shorter arms. But yeah, this is pretty much what I've been doing this summer. I'm so childish, I can play with this on myself all day long. But yeah, after that, I have no clue what I'm gonna make. It will come to me, I guess. I'll probably just make 2 bears and then I need to move on, because it is kind of, it's when you crochet, it's not relaxing because you got to count each row with the increases and decreases and such. So you want to make sure you end up with the right amount of stitches. But it is fun to make teddy bears. It is fun to make stuffies, because as soon as you get those eyes on, I ordered these safety eyes. They're safe 30mm safety eyes on, and as soon as you get the eyes on, they just come to life. She usually just sews on with some black or brown yarn a nose, but I ended up buying a safety nose as well, because I like to make things simple and easy for myself. But if you haven't seen her stuff, if you're interested in making stuffed animals, I would say Crochet by Jenna. Jenna or Gemma? Jenna. Crochet by Jenna. She is the best when it comes to stuffed animals. So check out her website, or her YouTube channel, I should say. And that's it. That's all I have for you today. Until next time, take care. Bye. I can't remember what her name is. Let's start over. Let me see. What's her name? That's embarrassing. Hold It by Crochet by... I am really bored now. What do you think? Oh, little baby. Oh, little baby. Oh, so